Hello and welcome to the How Do You Not Know This podcast, where we talk about subjects where everybody knows about it, but sometimes one person doesn't. You've probably been that person. Subscribe. What else should they do?
Carry on listening.
We always do this at the end.
What a terrible start that was.
No. We always do this at the end, and then I realized that most people aren't getting to the end.
Okay,
Let's
So
that
we should say it
attitude,
right
please.
at the beginning.
I like that. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Well, when Stephen Bartlett does it, he goes, well, I've looked at the statistics and 0.5678921 of you listen to this podcast but don't subscribe, so it really helped me out. We'll get bigger guests,
Yeah.
better episodes, better production.
You all say that.
The
You
way
like-
he said it. That.
We're pretty much like 100% of you haven't subscribed.
And we don't have guests,
and we
so
don't.
we're not going to get better guests.
No, but we'll get I'm drinking coffee that cost like £1.
Did it?
Right? Like literally.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it's really cheap coffee. We'll
but that's
go up
not-
to the £2 one.
You drinking better coffee, they don't give a fuck if you're drinking better coffee, do they?
They do. They
You
care
gotta
about
make it-
what coffee I drink.
We could do a podcast on the most expensive. You know that coffee that goes through Stoats or whatever? They eat it and then they poo it out. We'll get you one of them.
Get me
You
one
gotta
of
make
those.
it. Look, if you subscribe, we won't buy you a coffee, but we'll just make it better.
We'll make it better.
Hopefully,
You'll laugh more. You'll be more entertained. I'm not entertained.
and you might be slightly aroused.
I'm not committing to that. He'll give you a lap dance. I'm not involved. I'm past my lap dance.
That's a different Patreon
That's
account
a
right
different
there.
Patreon account. In fact-
But this episode is on the technical front.
Well, hang
this
on a
is
minute. We've been away for ages.
Yeah,
so welcome back.
That's what I'm saying. Welcome back. But
Welcome
also,
back.
goodbye. This is
Welcome
the last
back and goodbye.
of season 1.
Season one.
We're recording this as the final episode of season 1 because we're going to relaunch season 2 with a whole new format.
With a bang.
Very exciting.
It's going to be more exciting. It's going to be still no guests, but
We could. It might be interesting to get a guest.
I don't think so. Actually,
No?
do you know that? I don't know if he listens, but your dad got bad reviews.
What?
The episode
But it was
we
from
did
your
with
mum, though.
dad.
That's the problem.
Maybe it was your mum. People were very upset with your dad.
Really?
Yeah, like bullying us. Or I didn't think he was bullying us.
Who was saying that?
No, just people messaging me. My old Corona Cast people. Like, this guy just doesn't let you talk.
Really?
Yeah. And I was just like, he's an older person, and we're younger. It's natural that
We
we
show respect. Let him.
I mean, they're not wrong, are they? Fair enough. Can't argue with that.
Was there also like comment? Because I've not read it like under the YouTube. Obviously, you get YouTube comment. Yeah, you read those?
No. I usually just get
It was-
I usually get messages because the people who I used to do Corona Cast
Right.
with, they kind of feel like they're my friends or my family.
Yeah.
And they message me with way too much familiarity sometimes. I don't know.
Well, that's a beautiful. I think that's beautiful. If someone's going to slag your dad off, you want them to do it, directly offline. That's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess that is.
Yeah, and then you can then share it online. Here we go.
No, it wasn't that bad. It was just they were saying that we need to stand up for ourselves more because we let him just talk
He
over
did
it.
talk. Yeah, I think in terms of Stephen Bartlett, whatever, it was 83.4% of the talking time is from your dad.
But he was. I think that's what the guests should do. They're there to talk.
Yes. But I also think
That's why
when
they're
there are
there, right?
3 of you and a guest, managing it is complicated.
Well,
Right.
hopefully, if we get a guest, it'll be someone that actually has experience in podcasts.
Yes, it's true. Oh, good.
He's a carpenter
Yeah.
/
Jesus.
GB News
Like
fan.
Jesus?
Like Jesus.
Do you know they're making a horror movie called The Carpenter's Son? A horror
Really?
movie with Jesus in it.
Flipping out.
Yeah, so there's been a
That's
huge
incredible.
backlash online. I want to watch it, right? But Jesus isn't the villain. So it's Joseph, played by Nicolas Cage, and Jesus and Mary are running
Yeah.
in the desert. They're running at some point, and they're being pursued, and there are demons after them and stuff. Like it's based on like a paragraph in the Bible turned into a horror movie.
My dad
Horror
actually.
movie.
I'm going to Somerset next week to do
Yeah.
the tour and Friends September 11th, and I said if he's around, and he said I'm not. I said, what are you doing? He goes, I'm going to London. Why? For a Tommy Robinson rally. I thought, great.
Oh, right.
Do you want it? He said you should come and film it on TikTok, and I thought I'm definitely not. Absolutely not doing that. That's not.
Now I wish we'd known that when he was here. That would have been all we talked about.
That would have not been an enjoyable experience.
But it would have been important. Anyway.
So this episode, so we're going to square off the last one. We've got this one's almost a bit of a roundup kind of. How do you not know this? Because we're going to change the format how we approach How Do You Not Know This. But as three guys, right. We'll have a meeting about it after this, yeah.
But basically what happened is I was doing a gig, and afterwards there was this woman who listens to...
nice woman?
Huh?
Nice lady?
Yes, nice lady. And she was like, oh, you have a podcast? I said, yes, it's called How Do You Not Know This? And I started to explain it. And she said, oh, you mean things like how to start a fire?
Oh, I hate when people do that. I mean that thing that's already happened. Shut up.
No. But then I realized, she was talking about the kind of things that everybody should know about. That's not really
how
what
do you not know this?
How do you not know this? Things you should know.
Or interesting, it's quite practical as well. Things you should know how to do. Not knowledge like that, but practical knowledge.
So I researched things that real men,
Tommy Robinson,
are supposed to.
Do you not know this? The rally is next week.
Like, how do you not know this? And I came up with a list of things from two. So one is from complex, which is like a modern thing that the modern man should be able to, and then one is older fashioned things that all men should be able to do. And we can go through them. We can see who of us is the most manly.
I love it.
And who knows how to do these things and who doesn't.
Because I'll be interested in this one is how, in terms of a list of things that men should know what to do, like what distinguishes what a man should know what to do, just generally, like things like building a fire, is that particularly something a man should know?
Well, I mean, look, this is all based on like some sexist ideas, but a man is meant to defend, build fire.
What? Well, it's interesting because
I think there's a lot of truth to that.
There's truth to it. There's truth to it because as much as I can say it's sexist, my friend. Oh, I shouldn't say her name. She doesn't listen. My friend has issues with her very lovely partner because he can't fix things and he can't. You know what I mean? Like he can't do the stuff that a man's meant to do.
And you just said you've paid to go on a weekend away. SAS.
I've not paid for it yet.
Oh, have you not? You've not paid for a weekend.
I probably won't go, but it was a nice idea.
What is it? An SAS survival?
Yeah.
See that? I went
That's
on
cool, isn't it?
Because I went on these men's retreats, and I went on a retreat once. And the whole thing was you had to exist in a forest for a weekend. So it was how to build a fire, but it was also how to make a shelter.
How to make a shelter.
Things like that. Like we're using what's called the Y-frame. So you get a stick, that then it comes out.
Okay, but wait. So first of all, who can build a fire here?
I can build a fire.
You can build a fire with no lighter.
And I can do the thing with the
with the wood.
If it's not wet,
I'll tell you what's interesting is, theoretically I can, because 9-year-old me who was a scout could.
Wow.
But I've not revisited this knowledge since the age of 9, so I don't know how fresh it is.
I love it. I'll be like, go get your 9-year-old self. Come on, to Lisa. I don't want to.
There's all kinds of cool stuff you learn when you're a kid that goes.
Yeah.
Trigonometry, gone. Not the.
Yeah. Well, the podcast.
Not that racist podcast.
Constantine kissing turns up.
What's that got to do with being 9 years old?
Yeah.
That's concerning.
No, you're right. So for instance, my son, just say, a couple months ago, he went on a Duke of Edinburgh weekend.
Yeah.
And he learned how to use a compass. Right?
Yes.
I was like, that's great, son. It'll come in handy never. Now that you've got Google Maps and all that, the orienteering. But that's one of the things.
Yes,
being
that's
able
one
to
of them.
know which way you're going.
So build a fire.
What?
To the survival weekend?
No, I've done one.
I asked you and didn't. Yeah, but I want company.
I appreciate.
Yeah.
I can't. No. I probably wouldn't survive it now. Ironically, I'd probably die and then I'll come out with hypothermia.
You should trade him. Go to one of his men's workshops. He'll go to your survival.
I'm running a men's workshop.
But it's not my weekend, so you have to pay for it. It's 300 quid.
Yeah,
that's a lot. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's with like an SAS, pre-SAS, and you have to do
Doesn't
workouts.
matter. Doesn't matter. 300 better be with the prostitute or something.
They throw. There's that film, isn't it, where they go out into the woods, the army people, and then a load of werewolves turn up as well. That'd be great. For an extra 150 quid, they throw in werewolves.
Werewolves?
Yeah, to like survive the weekend. That'd be great. I'd pay if it was extra. Maybe I'd pay 500 quid, and they throw zombies in.
Yeah.
and it's proper survival.
You think you'd survive that?
I'd just love to chop a head off a zombie.
Because you eat meat now.
Yeah, I've started eating meat.
That's
What?
changed.
And so even
We saw each other in
necrotic
Edinburgh.
meat.
He's eating meat.
About a month ago.
Edinburgh just broke you, and you're like,
You're there for a day.
I'm taking out this depression on a cow.
I found a stray cat. I just was like, nothing was open. Everything was too expensive. No, it's actually kind of run by my son, right? Because cooking at home, I've been vegetarian for 15 years.
Yeah.
I do half, if not most, of the cooking. And he's now 50, and he's got into like weightlifting and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, yo, dad, I need protein,
Yeah.
I need protein. And so like lentils and stuff like that. He's like, it's not enough. So I was starting to do like separate chicken and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, screw it. We'll just get a chicken.
Also, Claire's not vegetarian anymore.
Claire's not vegetarian. Neither's Milo was for a few
Your
years.
whole family
I was
gradually...
I was the last man standing.
You last man standing. You
And
were
how
peer
does it?
pressured into
How
it.
does it feel being back on the meat?
I was
Do you
the
like it?
last lentil standing. It feels no different at all. It just feels a slight relief in the tension of like I've got a friend who like an old mate, and he's in his like late 60s, and we meet up every so often, and he always turns up to the cafe early and always buys a sausage sandwich, and now I can have it without. I'm like, yeah, okay, right,
Yeah.
So it's things like that. So I think it's fine. It's easier
Yeah.
not being vegetarian.
Not for the animals.
One of my
Not for the planet. Thanks, mate.
No, one of my best friends, Karen, she's vegan.
Yeah.
And like whenever we travel together, sometimes in some cities it's a nightmare. In some places it's easy. But like I remember we went together to Luxembourg and there was nothing. And so we were walking all around the city and everything had a little bit of milk in it, or a little bit of this in it, or this on it, and it was literally taking 2 hours to find a place to eat.
Totally. And and what I'm glad to be rid of is the conversations about it. Like, so I'd like, it's like, oh, I'd always choose the vegetarian thing or if I say sorry, I'm not eating meat, whatever. I've done that for like 15, maybe more than 15 years now. But about 15 years, and it was like, people always go, oh yeah, well I don't eat a lot of meat. And I'm like, it's fine, I'm not bothered. Like, what made you vegetarian? I don't, so now it's just like, I'm bored with that now.
Yeah.
I'm bored with that conversation. So it feels good. I feel good.
Anyway.
Next one.
Oh, so building a fire.
Yes.
You can't. 9-year-old you can.
I would say yes, but I wouldn't.
Come on, let's prove
I wouldn't
it.
bet on it.
1 point to Vino then.
Can anyone build a den though, like on the back of that?
Yes. Can anyone build a den? Build a.
I'd YouTube it and figure it out.
Fantastic. There you go. You've got the tools in order to.
You can figure anything now with YouTube.
Yes, but that's not. We're saying without YouTube. You just know how to do this.
Most essential.
But why have I not got YouTube?
Because look, with things like YouTube, you can build a bomb. You can do anything.
Yeah.
But it's like you don't have the knowledge. Why
in a world I've not got YouTube, I've got bigger problems than building a den.
No, but also just
Where the fuck's happened
there's
to
a
YouTube?
just
I've got a
because there's a
premium
YouTube
subscription.
tutorial doesn't necessarily mean you'll do it well.
Yeah.
I'll be doing it fine.
And most essential.
Your dad's a carpenter. Okay.
Yes.
He knows how to build things. Yes, there are YouTube tutorials on how to make a chair, how to make a table, but we won't do it as well as him.
The other day, I ordered a TV stand for my TV, obviously, and I had to FaceTime my dad to
Do you know? Isn't that slightly...
help me read the instructions.
Isn't that a moment for your dad though, right? Your dad, a qualified I'm fully employed carpenter, and you're buying a cheap wooden stand.
It wasn't wooden.
Was it not?
No, it was a metal one. I just didn't know how to.
Fantastic. Because is there
Give
anything?
instructions in that.
Is there anything like? Because wouldn't he say? Wouldn't it just be like, "I'll make you one, though, Dad"?
No.
You not make me a stand.
Have you met the man?
I've met the man. There'd be a lot of talking up to that point. Yeah, you're like, "Dad, it's all right. I'll get on YouTube."
Okay.
So I think that's me done, isn't it?
I'm also like, no, I can't.
No.
I can put up a tent, but I can't make a proper.
I could. Yeah.
I went to Boardmasters Festival, and I brought a lady, and we couldn't put up the tent.
Yeah.
So we just slept
If
in
you
the car.
never did it as a kid, it's difficult.
Yeah. Putting up not a modern tent, but an old.
I can do
tent.
I can do old school. I'm not sure about modern, but I know old school I can.
One of the stories from my childhood was we once went to Spain with a trailer tent, one of these tents, canvas tents, and my dad. I remember a moment my dad gave up on camping, and I was about 6, 7. We took it all the way there, and it was all in this big tray, and he bought it all, and it was that much of a nightmare to put up. He left it in Spain, and he filled the trailer up with melons.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We drove back with a trailer full of melons that he left under, because I didn't know this. This is interesting. You can, as long as you leave melons in the dark, they last for months. We had melons underneath my parents' bed for like about 5 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one, I wonder if this still is the case. But according, I guess, this is against the old school list of things a man needs to be able to do. Can you tie a tie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, now that, I think that's probably the number one skill a man should have, because it's something that, it's clothing, men's clothing, isn't it? Ties. So I think it's the one thing, like, you've got to learn how to tie a tie. Now, what about a dicky bow?
Oh no, I get the
I get the little clippy dicky bow. Have you had a dicky bow in your time?
Sorry, I wasn't listening. What's going on?
Have you had a dicky anything in your time? A dicky bow.
Like a bow tie?
Yes.
Yeah, I couldn't tie that, I don't reckon.
No, I couldn't budge it. I think that's one.
But I don't want to wear one of those.
You do want to wear one of those.
I don't.
No, I'll tell you why you want to wear
it.
Because the only reason you, with your life, would be doing it is if you were doing like a grand or more corporate.
Sounds good. I'll pay. I'll give someone a tenner to do it for me.
Yeah, exactly. No, because that's the only time in my life where I wear them.
I'm doing a black tie tonight.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of it. Like it's in Pall Mall in London, and they're called the Guild of Light Bearers.
Light bearers.
That sounds amazing.
You are gigging for a cult. A cult.
Angels.
What do they do, light bearers?
Light bearer, it is literally people involved in lighting.
Oh, lighting.
Like festivals and that.
No, like street lamps and stuff like that. But in London, they have like guilds and all this kind of like old. You used to have old ones like tanners and stonemasons.
Right.
And all that,
Got any light jokes?
I'll keep it light.
No.
Yeah, thanks.
But there are lots of things that are essential that we don't think about. I met on one of these ships this multi-millionaire dude. You know what he was in? Packaging.
Packaging, yeah.
He was like, I was like, what's you doing? He said, packaging. He says, open your fridge. Everything needs packaging. Mm-hmm. That's me.
God, that's boring.
It's really boring, but it's like he's got loads of factories, and he was like everything from cartons of milk to like sandwiches, everything. The packaging is only done by 3 or 4 companies in the world.
Actually, recently, because I'm at the point now where I'm earning enough, but like I could do with a bit more money.
Yeah.
So when I had the part-time job, it was good, 2 days a week. But I've been looking for jobs, and fuck me, it's a desperate, sad world out there.
It's sad, isn't it? It's the other problem is once you started doing something you love, then you're like, oh, do I really want to do 2 hours of data entry? Do I really want?
Yeah.
Because you've been spoiled by doing your passion.
I applied for this job in sales, and they went, right, we want to interview at 8 a.m. I thought, you can fuck off. 8 a.m. The fuck are we? Why can't we do like 10?
Nobody's buying anything at 8 a.m. Exactly, like
for an interview on Zoom. And then I actually said, "Can we do later, please?"
They basically.
And then they went. I thought they were going to say fuck off. They went, yeah, 10 a.m. They went, all right, cool. And then they went, you've got to do it in formal clothes. I thought, what's on the Zoom? I'm a cock out.
And
No,
you're
they wanna
sat there
see-
in
they
your
wanna
shorts
see-
and a hoodie.
I was.
They want to see what you look like in a suit.
Why?
Clearly, you should not be doing this job.
Well, they actually invited me in for a second interview. Guess what time that was?
What time?
8 a.m. again. Have you not learned that this isn't my thing? And then they said, it's every day, 9 till 6. And I thought, right, okay. We do 2 hours training every morning. I thought, that's ridiculous. And then from 11...
The training's probably not training, it's just G'ing them up. I know you've been rejected all day yesterday. Come on. Here's another day of rejection.
And then from 11 till 6, just talking to people. And I thought, fuck that.
Yeah.
Sounds
Doesn't
awful.
sound- it's like,
So I just didn't go to the interview.
Yeah.
Text the guy the night before saying, sorry, man, it's not for me.
Yeah.
He didn't reply.
I did, you know, when looking at this, I did that Google, like, 10 things
men should be.
One of them, which was on that, was the ability to take rejection. So there was a
Yes, I
went
got
off it.
criticism,
Criticism,
rejection, yes.
and criticism, and there's I mean, I'd never go on this, but you get these like courses about, you've done it, hasn't you? Is it when
What?
how to meet women and stuff like
I've done it, man.
Yeah,
We did
you've
an
done it.
episode on it.
So big thing is about like taking rejection first, the ability to take rejection in order to approach women. Yeah,
Romantic rejection is different from job rejection.
I think
I can be told by 15 different companies, we don't want to use your comedy.
Yeah.
I'm fine, right? I could be rejected.
Yeah, but that's only
no,
because-
my point is, I can be rejected in every sphere, but in romantic, it's like, it's like a stab.
For that, I'm an account. That's because it's that's because you've had so many. It's gonna sound like an insult. You've had so many job rejections. I'm not gonna say you've not had so many.
Many romantic.
But you will have had way more job rejections.
No, it feels different because when a job is rejecting you, they're rejecting one small part of you. They're rejecting your talent. Or they're rejecting your skill. When a woman's rejecting, she's rejecting you.
She's
the entire person.
She's done an entire body scan, exterior, interior, future prospects and ability, what you are, your character, your soul.
Your soul.
Nothing.
I'd love to see what.
I might be a friend. In fact, I'm not even interested in being your friend.
Yeah.
I'd love to see what you'd be like if you were. I'm not wishing your marriage breaks up, but I'd love to see what you'd be like.
Give it time.
I knew him pre-marriage. He was, yeah.
Yeah. What's the big difference between me and pre-marriage?
You're pretty much the same. You're pretty much the same.
Did you speak to ladies often?
Yeah.
Where would you meet them?
I would say that was one skill.
He was very good at it.
He's speaking to, and I say I'm speaking to women now in the. But not just speaking to women, like it's women of all ages and different, and that does change. How as a 47-year-old man I speak to, young ladies, old women the same, and I think you just like the ability to relate because I think if I look at my son, and I'm thinking like I remember as a teenager, like that was one thing. Like, do you remember talking particularly beautiful girls like? How sometimes you'd be dumbstruck, like the inability to speak. And I remember something I was thinking, I did want to learn how to not be tongue-tied with, not just women I'm attracted to, but just women generally. Yeah. So, I don't know what I'd be like without being married. Maybe the fact that I am married makes me more able to
I
speak
feel
to
like
all
you'd be
women.
the same. I feel like you'll be the same. You're one of the least changed people I know. I mean, like, you've become deeper, you've become more you, but your values have stayed the same. The things which are important to you are consistent. Yeah. But I'll tell you the most interesting thing I know. You are the person I know who the most people say, he's my closest friend.
Whoa!
Yeah.
You dirty slag.
No, but I think it's amazing. Like, I remember talking to Andy Kind, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, he's my closest friend. He's the closest I would have had to a brother, right? I remember talking to Jeff and saying, oh, he's my closest. So loads of people think of you as your closest friend, which I think is the greatest compliment.
That's bit. Do you know that is something I would say is learning to have deep relationships with one-on-one with other men. I think that's a big. I think that's a big skill.
Big skill.
Without having sex with him.
That's not on this list. That should be on the list. That should be on the damn list. That should be on the
Because
list.
you look at like we've known each other for 20 years
20
now.
years.
We've journeyed
Talk all
20
the
years.
time.
Talk all the time. The ability just to like be brothers on a journey together.
Yeah.
That's got to be the premier
That's
skill.
number one skill.
That's number one.
That's number one.
Boom, drop the mic.
I remember when we first met, it was at a Navy base gig.
Oh my goodness,
In Anglesey.
RAF,
Yeah.
North Wales.
No microphone.
Do you know what happens when I'm at, well, not anymore, but when I used to go to RAF bases, because I was Malawian, you are not allowed as a foreigner on an RAF base unsupervised.
Really?
So the other comedians would walk around. I would have a soldier with me, walking around wherever. If I go to the bathroom, he goes and stands outside the store.
Wow.
In case I do espionage and steal. And I always used to say, I'm from Malawi. Even if I steal the plans of a plane, we don't have the budget to build it.
Can you? The best you can do is sell it to the Russians. That's it. Yeah. That's pretty cool though. The fact that you can, you know, like how important is this guy? You know, all the other comedians are like high fiving, playing football, and you're like, I've got an escort. That's me. I remember that RAF. And
About
one in North
5
Wales.
years ago, probably.
No, man, it's longer than that. It must be like 10, 12 years
Well, what
ago.
I think
it was a
was-
Jeff Whiten gig.
What was interesting is we met and I had a good. I think I did all right that night, and I was very new. And then you gave me a load of gigs that I was not ready to do. 'Cause
Sorry, man.
well, no, I was happy you put me on coasting with like Justin Morehouse.
Yeah.
And Justin, who the fuck is this? He's been on, like 6 months. But it wasn't that. It was a tiny little up duck.
Oh, in Altrincham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not big stakes.
Yeah, but still, you know, good, nice night with thingy. But that was an interesting one, wasn't it? In that we got to the gig and we were like, okay, where's the microphone? And they were like, you haven't brought. And nowhere down the line, anyone thought, let's turn this into it. So it was literally just a room
of people.
But it was fine.
We made it happen, didn't we?
Yeah.
And that we were with Jack Campbell as well.
Good guy.
Good guy.
Um,
Good guy, good comic. So we're on
Next one.
This has got mad, hasn't it?
What's got mad?
No, it's alright. I was going to say we're not sticking to the structure, but
But the point is, the structure is just a launch point. I think you've forgotten the last 3 episodes. We stopped following the structure.
I think we need to get back to structure.
We start with structure and then we just go where the chat goes, and that's better. Okay.
We need to stop. I need to stop bringing it up. This is after.
Okay. Basic car maintenance.
Ooh.
Oh man, now that's a big one. Things like
That is a big one.
changing a tyre.
Yes.
Must be. I would say yes. Essential male.
Well, I ran out of that
ability.
girl, didn't I? And she went, spoke about it on air, and and I went, "How did you do that?" And she looked at me like in disgust.
The date is over.
But when you take your car to the garage for a very basic task, you do see them look at you with like you're not a real man.
Yeah, they kind of go.
Can you change the oil for me? They go, what the fuck? Change it yourself.
When you. The issue with changing a tyre now though is that you've got that locking key though, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you can't.
But it's also just like basic car maintenance. Like I can't do anything.
Well,
but
I'll
I'm
tell
just
you
like it's the idea of changing a
But you don't
tire,
have a
changing
car.
the oil, all these things.
Yeah. The issue now as well is cars have got really common, but I've now got an electric car now, so there's nothing to change. There's nothing to change in it. There's nothing to you don't change any oil. It doesn't have any water or oil, and if it does,
It's just plugging it in.
Yeah. It's basically a very high-end iPhone. It's literally plugging into the.
It's
wall.
like the difference between a PC and an Apple.
Yeah.
Like Apple, you can't do anything.
There's nothing you can do to it.
Because I can't do car maintenance, but I can do computer maintenance.
You've skipped. A lot of these things are also about 30, 40 years ago.
Because these are the ones
aren't they?
from the
What
old school list, the old school stuff of what.
Because the new stuff will be like how to get in touch with your emotions.
Yes.
Like,
The new one, the best one of the new one was how to de-escalate an argument. What pussy?
Yeah, exactly. How to it should be how to use a bottle as a weapon in a bar in Midwest America.
Do you have to pay to charge the cars?
Man, now
Yeah.
So you
Big
don't have to
time.
pay for fuel then?
I pay for electricity, which is more expensive
Than fuel.
Check this, right? If you're interested,
it's more. I thought it saves you money.
No, so again, interested with my wife. I am the one, for some reason, in a sort of gender role that is in charge of charging the car, so refueling. So, because at night you've got to get a wire out, like this wire,
and you share a car.
Share the car. So we only got one car in the family. But on the road, right, it's expensive. It's more expensive than, so it's basically 89p, let's say 90p a kilowatt hour, right? That is it. Now
a full charge.
A full charge on the road will take about £40, about 45 pounds. But it doesn't get you as a £40 fill up with petrol will get you further. However, when you charge at home, home electricity is cheaper than on the road electricity. So it's 10 times cheaper. So it's cheaper to drive around locally, but to go long distances.
So what does it cost? How long does it take to charge it fully?
On the road, about 45 minutes, but at home,
you should have to sit there.
6, 7, yeah, that's the problem. I came back from France last week, and I was in the car, and it cost me £40 to charge up, £45 to charge up. We were there for like maybe just under an hour in the service station, but I was spending 50 quid feeding my entire family, right?
Yes,
just while we're waiting.
But it's also the time. It's like you can't just zip in.
You can't zip in.
Zip
so
off.
it's a nightmare getting to gigs in town.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, oh my goodness, I've got to, you literally can't just do it. You can't do a quick one. You have to do it. So, yeah. So it's good. I'd say electric cars, good.
You know, the planet isn't doing well in this episode. We're like, forget vegetarians, electric cars, waste of time.
Well, because I've got an electric car, and I did do it for environmental purposes. I thought I don't want to, let's not have emissions.
You're trying your hardest, and you're realising it's all fucked anyway, and you might as well be part of the system.
Right.
Well, it's true, because every time I charge my electricity on the road, I'm buying a Starbucks anyway.
Yeah.
So like, in a disposable cup, I'm like, well, that's screwed. There we go. So basic car, can you do basic car maintenance? Do you know how to put the water, like fill up your water in your radiator?
Screen wash.
Your screen wash, but also your water level, for your radiator.
Didn't know that was a thing.
That's great. Okay, I'll take that as a no.
Probably should do that.
Probably should.
Some point.
I don't even drive, and I know that's necessary.
Although yesterday, so my in my car, my tire pressure sensor is broken. So it always says tyre pressure sensor, but the tyre pressure is actually fine. So yesterday I had to check the tyre pressure, and it was good. One was on 5 too many.
Wow, your car's overly sensitive.
Yeah, a bit like me.
I've got this. This is how my back left tyre. The sensor's okay, but it's got slow puncture, and I don't know if this is manly or basically really lame, but it has been for about 4 months. It's had a slow puncture, and I pump it up with a bike tyre.
Oh, that's manly.
Is that manly? But wouldn't a real man go and just get it fixed?
I do think, though, on this I do think every man should have a basic ability to defend themselves or people they're with. I do think.
It depends who's attacking me.
Well, let's start on the scale like a grizzly bear.
Grizzly bear, I've no ability.
To someone, you'd be all right if someone criticises you online, though.
Oh yeah,
that's the other
I can tear it up. No, also no. I used to fight loads as a kid, so I know how to fight. But I'm just saying, like, when people talk about can you defend yourself, are we talking against like a gigantic? If those Tommy Robinson people who your dad is demonstrating with come after me, I'm running.
Yeah,
I'm running. I'm not taking a stand.
But I do think running is also a form. Can you run fast?
Oh yes.
Can
also,
you for a
I
long
will
way?
kick them in the balls, then run. Yes, that's an old school
I
technique.
suppose the old school thing was if you are escorting, if you as a man, can you protect someone?
Yes.
Children or someone weaker than you, and you don't actually have to learn a lot really to be able to do something.
It's also having the mindset to attack. Because I was talking to I have a friend Nabil who went to prison, and he said the people were scared of were not the big guys in prison. It was the little maniacs, because the big guys didn't need to fight as much as the little guys.
I think it's just being able to remain calm.
Oh, it's interesting.
Because I've trained now for a while. If someone tried to fight me, I probably would be like, all right, this is happening.
And also not being scared of being hit in the face.
Yeah, because being hit in the head hurts. It's more of a shock. But if you've had it that week in training, it'd be fine. I mean, with gloves on is obviously different.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know if this is a good, but like, I've always had an innate value of like, so same with my both my son and my daughter, but like wrestling, learning your body, like how to
you wrestle,
get you. So, but and it's interesting. I used to, but my daughter was genuinely never interested. Like, so she was always just like, what are you doing, Dad? Like, come on, let's have a. But my lad, he loves it now. Have you ever seen? Do you remember the Inspector Clouseau films?
Yeah.
You know where Cato would run out, right? This happens in my house. I'm walking. I'm just walking along past the Luna. He jumps out and gets me in a headlock and tries to take me to the ground.
Well, you gave him.
That's good.
I quite like it.
You gave him a boxing.
A punch bag. And boxing gloves.
Have you got one in your house?
I put one up.
I'll come around and use it.
So you can't complain. You created this
little ninja.
Maybe it might be in the UFC.
Yeah, man. I think he's too pretty for it.
Yeah.
He's very good looking. I think he doesn't want to get his face mangled.
Bit gay, isn't it?
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Do you know what I've learned from living with Vince?
Yeah, go on.
People really hate it when you said you've had sex with their daughter.
Why did you say that?
Thought it was funny.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
Or he was like, how old your daughter? I was like, how old your daughter? He was like 26. When she fit? And I could see him. I was like, oh god!
Oh,
don't say that.
Man, don't say that ever.
like anyone but the guy you live with. You're like, that's gonna make every moment over the kettle very awkward.
And then his girlfriend has a daughter, and they were like, we're going out to meet our daughter, and I was like, I'm coming, and they went, no, you're not.
No, you're not. It's so funny.
And then there's another comic who his daughter went to the same uni as me and is in the same year. I don't know what's her name. I'm not telling you because you might have shagged her. And then when we were in the car one time and her name came up on the phone, and I went, oh.
I remember.
You did?
She is. No, I didn't.
Oh,
okay. I said I did, and he was not happy. People don't like it. I'm going to stop doing it.
No, people don't like that. That's number one thing. Yeah.
Funny though, I thought. They didn't.
Funny for you.
Yeah. Not for them. So how old
I understand Vince. I'm just I can understand Vince.
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
Yes.
Right, let's do what? Should we do like two?
We can do two more.
Two more.
And then leave the rest for future episode. Okay, this one is interesting that it's on list. It's on both lists.
Yeah?
How to write a letter.
I
thought everyone knows how to do this.
No, I wouldn't say. The thing is, a letter isn't just, it's an email. It's
it's how to write
a message that needs to be.
The ability to communicate. Yeah.
I guess that's what it is.
The thing is, nowadays, the other day I needed to write an email.
Yeah.
ChatGPT, write me an email.
Did you actually do that?
Yep.
You are rotting your brain.
Yeah.
My brain, mate.
You're into.
It was to like Tesco.
No, but you know what it is? It's like not going to the gym, right? You're all about going to the gym.
Yeah.
Because you're maintaining those muscles.
Yeah.
If you start losing the brain muscle for writing, it starts to atrophy.
But then I read a book afterwards. So I offset, like carbon offset.
You offset. That's offset. That's offset. Okay, that's offset.
Do you know, like, so in a traditional letter where you're writing to someone or to an organisation, where do you put the address of the person you're writing to on the letter?
Top left, isn't it?
Top right.
Top right.
Top right.
Yeah. So do that, and then.
Yes, but I don't think it was necessarily the formatting. It's the being persuasive, being succinct. Yeah. It's just the communicating, because I know people don't have this skill, because I get the letters sometimes and I'm like, who wrote this?
What?
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're right. There are some people who should use ChatGPT because you read it and you're like, this is just gobbledygook. Right? And then also, I've noticed that having the ability to upgrade a person's letter, it's really valuable. So, like, I had a friend who was trying to get her kid reassigned to a different school.
Yeah.
Right? Because the kid was being bullied. Right? And I wrote the letter for her. Right?
Yeah.
And it's interesting. I think it's like, it's how you persuasive. And again, like, I had a family member in a court case, and I had to write a support letter for them, right? And I wrote it, and someone was crying, and I was like, it's not because I believe this stuff; it's that I know how to use my words. Do you know what I mean? Like,
totally.
You've got to know how to. But I don't know where we learn it. Where do we learn it? I guess at school.
I always I remember English. I would do extra homework sometimes, but I never saw myself as a creative person until I started studying.
But then there was something maybe like for you, like you notice those moments where you can craft, and that became persuasive, and there's a certain way. I mean, I suppose it might be the last one on the list, but presumably communicate, like the ability to speak as well.
Yes.
Yes,
but I guess we're all comedians, so we are hyper able to do that. And you notice that other people don't have this power. Like, because often when we're hired, one, people are terrified of public speaking. Yeah. Number two, I've noticed it's not just being funny. The person announcing you is shuffling and looking down and saying, and you're just like, and you watch speeches at a conference and you're like, people don't know how to speak.
It pisses me off when someone tells you a story and it's like 10 minutes and you think, hang on a minute, this could have been 30 seconds.
Shut the fuck up. It's things like that.
They go, when I walked in here, I don't give a shit what happened at the end, please.
You feel like sometimes like the sort of offline version of ChatGPT, you could have filtered that through me.
But sometimes I do want to say, listen, this is my job. Can we stop telling me stories? But obviously, it's not very good for conversation.
It's not just terrible to say. And then also, it's like when you're with someone who, like, I have a friend who keeps going on tangents, and you get so frustrated, but it's really impolite to say, hey, stay on subject. So you've got to just...
And you've got those people that just dominate every conversation. It's rude, I think.
It's
just talk. Rude.
But
they don't... I don't know if they're doing it on purpose.
Do you also, when people finish your sentences, like that,
as if you can't manage it.
If you can't...
Yeah.
And you might say, all right, I was putting a pause in there for a reason.
Normally I think that happens if the person is bored of what you're saying and they're like, let's come on. Wrap this up.
They are. Or they're not really even...
Or they just want to speak.
They want to speak, so they're putting the end towards you. Because sometimes if someone finishes the end of your sentence, you might say, well, and I think that's really... And you're looking for the right description. And then they'll say that... So they'll describe what they think about something. That was really annoying.
The thing is, you don't often... you don't really finish sentences.
I do actually finish...
sentences.
Do I not?
You often go, and then... Oh, and then... And then you get back to it.
It's probably a bit of my ADHD brain. I've probably gone on to the next bit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
I've not noticed this.
Keep your eye out for it.
I'll finish your sentences.
If you could. And I'll grind my teeth.
Okay, final one, and the rest will be for the sequel, right? But final one, which I think is very interesting, this is from the modern list, right? Be able to have female platonic friends.
Yeah, it's good.
Very good.
Right? Because now, interestingly, I think we are all able to do this, but there are some men who can't. A lot of they must try and sleep with every female.
I've got a few theories on this actually.
Oh, you have theories? Bring it.
So I reckon my best. I had this lady called Nora who lives in Sweden. And we don't really talk now. She lives in Sweden, got a boyfriend. But if I messaged her, we would talk. And we slept together. No, we had this little thing. We were sleeping together. And it was a build-up and it was all sexy and that. And then we slept together. It was awful. Just not compatible at all. And then we became really good friends because we knew that wasn't an option. I think that helps.
That's one way to do it.
So I think you're saying you've got to sleep with everybody first.
Yeah.
I'd love to be your friend, but okay.
I'd like to be friends,
all right.
but we have got... We have got to fuck first, and then we'll see. But then my other female friend who took to Boardmasters, I met my ex-girlfriend through her, so that's also not really a thing. And so we're just having this nice relationship.
I had a lovely phone call yesterday, okay? Which I did not expect to go so... I was drunk dialed by a friend of mine who was drunk, and she rang. It was really sweet to say she appreciates me, and I am the only guy friend she's got who she's got an honest relationship with, who's not just trying to sleep with her all the time.
So,
right?
And then you had to come clean about it.
No, but it's very interesting. No, it's interesting. No,
Nice.
it's
That's really
someone
good.
I was
who
gonna
I
say that.
flirt with, right?
Yeah.
I say stuff like, she knows I find her sexually attractive, but she knows that's not the only reason I talk to her, and I'm actually a close friend with her. Like, literally, like, to be shallow, if you saw her, you would understand. It's very difficult for guys not... But, like, for me, it's like, you can be attracted to someone and still be their friend. You don't have... I don't understand these people who are, like, controlled by it. Like, it can just be a fact that this person happens to be really hot.
So is this almost another level of this? Is how to be friends with a female who you are attracted to as well?
Yes, it's easy to be friends with someone you're not attracted to.
Because that was just the point. We did one before. It's just the ability to speak to females, to speak to women.
Yeah.
That's a skill. But I know what you mean. That as a married man, this is a
Does
big.
that make it easier or harder?
Well, it's a skill. It's still a skill. You go, right, okay, this person is objectively very attractive, but I think things change when you've been married a long time. It's like you belong to someone. And you belong to someone else. So even like I see beautiful women, young and old. You go, you get beautiful, but then you sort of like, I don't know. Yeah,
but that's because you're a good person. They are. I know many married men who the fact that they're married does not change their behavior to other women. You know some of these same people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Met one.
Let's out them now. This is it. Yeah. It'll bring up our subscribers. Yeah.
No, I still remember this.
Don't be a
I did
list.
Edinburgh Festival. And we were sharing a flat. And one of the other comics brought home a woman who wasn't his wife, and I know his wife. And he says, what happens on tour stays on tour. And I was like, hey, I didn't sign up to some kind of weird pact that I'm going to keep your secrets. I was like, look, if it ever comes up and your wife asks me, I'm going to tell her the truth. I've not decided.
Yeah. It was
It was a good Edinburgh though.
What goes on tour, buddy? Yeah.
But isn't that absurd that people assume that you will be their accomplice?
Yeah.
Did you know him that well or not?
No, like
Right.
we gigged a few times. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I also noticed this. Like sometimes you will, you'll do a business with someone, and they want it to be off the books,
Yeah.
right? To tax dodge, and they just assume that you're gonna be like,
Yeah, you're like, no, could you just pay me
Yeah.
my backs, please,
Yeah.
and I'll send you an invoice.
yeah, and,
please,
and they're like, no.
Hey, huh? Cash in there, cash in there, yeah, under the table. No, I'll just send you an invoice. That's interesting, but also things like what goes on till stays door. It's the implicit, like you get those websites where you have to scroll to the bottom and say, accept all.
Yes.
There's an accept all there. They're
There's
saying,
But
listen,
this is interesting because we're talking about masculinity and men thing. It's usually that they're like, men, this is what men do. This is what men do. You also, the other one is like, you will lie to my wife, right? Like if I need you to lie to my life, if you're you're my friend, you will lie to my wife for me. And it's like a weird thing that people just accept as a part of friendship.
Yeah,
like we don't do this, but there are people who they'll ring you and say, "Hey, if my wife asked yesterday, I was with yours."
Yeah, and you're like, "Well, yeah, I don't remember that." Yeah, that's
It's odd.
Also, I think if your wife's ringing me to find out where you were last night and to corroborate a story, probably there's more things going on.
There's more things going on.
That's mad. So go on then. What about you, Dom? Do you communicate having mutual female friendships where you
other than these two and where you've slept with them? I'm saying like,
and it was
you
I've not
meet
slept with one of them.
meet a new young woman
was horrible.
who's attractive,
Yeah.
right? But this is going to be a friendship, not that you're going to try and sleep with them.
Yeah, I've got a couple more. I've got another girl who I'm friends with, and then I'm friends with her friends.
Okay.
As a byproduct of that. But me and this girl did also go on a couple of dates.
This is what I think is. Do you have any where you've never dated them?
Yeah, the one that I took to the festival.
Okay.
Yeah, we never dated, but apart from that.
Oh, and when you before going to the festival, you thought her being with you was going to help you pick up other women.
Yeah.
Did it work?
No.
Oh.
But I wasn't really trying. It took a lot of drugs.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was good though.
Yeah, he might be feeling that because when you won't remember this, there was a film called When Harry Met Sally. You're sort of living out as an earlier, like a new version. You remember there was a phrase, common phrase in it which said something like, "Men and women can't be friends because sex always gets in the way."
And I think that's total hogwash.
It's total hogwash.
There's a big element of
I would actually say that a lot of my closest friends are women who I've never had any sexual thoughts about. No, well, thoughts is a different thing.
You've had thoughts.
You have thoughts. Everyone has
Gavin
thoughts.
them now.
No, but honestly, have never had a sexual moment, have never had a sexual element. Actually, there's one of them who's really attractive, but it's also when you become friends with them. Because I think I became friends with her when I was 11, right? So we've been friends now over 30 years, and everyone's like, she's so hot. And I'm like, she's Tanya. I just see her. Do you know what I mean? I just see her like, and I think that almost kind of overlaps like family, because I see her like I would see my sister. I just can't, my brain can't do it because I've known her so long. And I think that maybe, I actually wonder if it's like a evolutionary thing. If you're around someone too much when you're young, you just desexualize them entirely.
It becomes not,
because the ones who I have the hardest time, no, not the hardest time, but where my brain can't do it, is the ones I've known since I was a kid.
It's interesting. Well, whereas the biggest teenage fiction on, like, so it's number 2 in the Prime charts is The Summer I Turned Pretty, and the whole concept of it, I've been watching it with my daughter, is that 2 lads, Jonah and Conrad, grow up with this girl. Like every year they go on holiday, so 2 different families, and then both lads fall in love with the girl, and then they want to, and it's which one will she go with? And then that's the top watched one, episode 9 season 3, when we watched that last night. 3 seasons and she's not made up her mind. Man, it's like the entire thing's like the Nescafe advert. Will they? Won't they? The entire it's an absolute. It's so annoying to watch. But the one at number 2.
You love your daughter. You really do. I always think that's a test of how much you love her.
The one that's about is my life with the Walter Boys, and I'm not kidding you. It's the same concept. Two brothers and one girl who aren't related, but she is orphaned as well, so she goes to live with them, and they're out in a farm in rural Met, and it's which one does she choose out of 2, and it just spins out, and all girls like, are you Team Jeremiah, are you Team Conrad, and all this. So
hey, girls love the 2 option thing. That's been the story. Girls, Archie, Twilight. All these things.
Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice.
Which is she going to go? Is she going to go? You know, all that.
Mr. Darcy.
Mr. Darcy, the whole thing. Yes.
Guys, our fiction, 20.
20.
And we have them
20.
all. We don't choose.
Yeah, guys go, it's 2 women, but at the same time. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. They don't
That's a better joke. That's a better joke. Women, all the books are, there's 2 and they're trying to choose between the 2. Men, they're 2 and you have them both. Threesome.
There we go.
All right.
On that bombshell. So tune in. We're going to be breaking for a couple of weeks, and then series 2.
Series 2.
We're gonna change it up. At very least, we'll have a banner.
We'll have a banner
and a jingle.
We'll have a jingle.
Come on.
We've already got it. We just need to print it.
What?
We've already got a banner.
We got a logo.
We've got a logo. We can print it.
We'll print that. And then we'll get a
I don't
jingle,
have a printer.
and then we'll change the format slightly. You know, I might sit there, you can sit there.
I wear trousers.
We'll just play with things. And if we don't like it, we'll come back to this. Exactly. But, you know.
Peace out.
Season 2.
Love you.
Boom.